Hey, what's going on, everybody? Thanks for stopping by and checking out this video. It's going to be a little bit different for those of you that have seen any of my past videos. We're typically out doing some kind of family adventure, but today I wanted to do something a little different. I wanted to share with you something I'm pretty excited about. So just to kind of bring you up to speed, I'm not going to go into great detail because I'm going to try to save a lot of this for a later video or podcast with Ray down the road. But for those of you that didn't know, we have relocated back to Texas in a great town of Wichita Falls, and we are super excited to be here with a great church and community. I am now in a new office space. So that's what I'm saying. This is a little bit of a different video because I don't normally do these kind of things, but I wanted to share this with you guys because I'm actually really excited about this. For the very first time in my tenure in ministry, I have an office space that I feel like I can kind of call my own. Like, I've put the time and attention into it, and so it's exciting. There's really nothing like amazing about it. Where it's very budget friendly, again, ministry life. But I'm super excited about it because, again, for the first time in our ministry, I feel like this is a space that I can work well in. I can function in the creative area as well as pastoral and with study time, prayer time. It just feels really good, and so I wanted to simply just share this with you guys today. So hopefully we can kind of get through this, and I can explain my thought process behind this and show you around and kind of how I approached it. So first and foremost, I have to say how grateful I am to have leadership that basically said, hey, here's your space, do what you want with it, make it your own. Working in the church or even in any other organization, a lot of the times an office space is already furnished, which honestly, it can be a blessing because it allows you just to simply land and get to work. But when we first got here, it just didn't feel like my space. It was very executive-y, which again, this is all fine. You got to understand, I'm not casting, I'm not throwing shade. It just wasn't me, and I think that goes a lot for most people. Is when you get into an office that you didn't put the time and attention to, it doesn't reflect you. The walls in here were they were like a tan olive color. They were kind of dark. Had a big executive style desk, big bookshelves. Just didn't feel like me. Our pastor said, hey, it's your space, man, do what you want. I was excited and a little overwhelmed at the same time because it's a big space. It's the biggest space I've ever had in ministry. Everything you're seeing in here today was either invested over the years in my life or recently purchased for this space by me. It was, again, a personal investment for me to have a space where I could work creatively, study, spend time in prayer, have any kind of meetings or anything like that if I needed to. So when I was approaching this space, there were three basic things that I needed to accomplish. Number one, I needed minimal organization. I don't have a ton of stuff in here, again, because I'm blessed in the sense that all of my gear, cameras, lights, all sound equipment, C-stand, all of this kind of stuff that takes up a lot of space. Years past, I have always had to, I think a lot of us understand this pain. You have to set it up, you have to tear it down. Thankfully, we are in the process of putting together a studio space further back in the back of the church. So I'm very, very excited about that as well, but it's not done completely. So we've got some work to do there. That space allows me to keep the majority of equipment stored away. And if I ever need to bring in lights, I can, and I'll get to that here in just a second. But again, I've been tremendously blessed with this. So the organizational side of it, I needed minimal organizational space. Don't need a lot. The second thing was I wanted it to be comfortable, obviously. And number three, I need it to be functional. So going to the minimalistic storage space, here's the deal. Again, because of that studio, I don't need a lot of storage. There's very few things that I have in this office. And so basically one of the storage areas that are here is what's behind me. is my shelves. They have just been installed over a couple weeks ago. My dad came down to visit and helped me install these. The piping, basically, I ordered those from Amazon. It's fairly inexpensive. They're pretty cheap. It's not real cast iron, but it gets the job done. And the boards are basically just 1x6s from Home Depot that we sanded down and stained. So this is one of the things that allows me to store study resources, but also it's just aesthetically pleasing to me. I've got a lot of trinkets and things in there that I love that I've acquired over the years, little antique things, which is weird for me, but I just love it. Number one, it provides me some storage, but also it just looks really, really good and reflects my personality. Second thing is I bought I don't know what you want to call it, a buffet, credenza, I don't know what it is, a cabinet thing from Wayfair. It's great, it took me forever to set up, but I love it, it looks good, and it functions really, really well. In the cabinet area, I have some baskets with all the little things like batteries, chargers, cables, just little camera accessories and different things like that, and a couple of other things that I need just quick at hand. And then obviously it helps with the coffee. I'm a coffee nerd, and so to have a little space where I can brew and make my own coffee was just icing on the cake. That's basically my storage. I don't have a file cabinet, I don't have anything like that. It just allows me to have a couple of areas to store a few things, but again, minimalistic storage was one of my goals. The second thing was, again, comfortable. I wanted it to be comfortable. It's really cozy in here. I wanted a space where I could come and not feel like I'm in an office, right? I wanted it to be me and minimalistic and, again, functional. We'll get to that here in a second, but I just wanted to be comfortable. So that's why you see the furniture in here. I got a nice little couch, a couple of chairs, coffee table. Again, all of this furniture, it's not high-end stuff. It came from at home. It feels really good. It's comfortable and gets the job done and just matches kind of my aesthetic and personality. The desk, however, I purchased that from Office Depot here locally in town. It's manual, it's not automatic. It gets the job done. I love it. I have no complaints about it. It's built well, functions well, and so I thoroughly enjoy that desk. Now I will say it stays standing. I've always wanted a standing desk, and so this was my chance to get a standing desk. And this desk basically doesn't leave the upright position probably 99.9% of the time. If I want to sit and get comfortable, I work from my laptop at the couch, because again, it's a couch in my office space. I wanted a space where it's minimalistic, it's clean, it's not cluttered, because when I get into that creative mindset, for me, a cluttered space is a cluttered mind. That's just me. Some people don't work that way. That's totally fine. But for me personally, I cannot work in a cluttered space. I wanted to have that availability to tuck things away, clean it up, not to even have a lot in here to begin with. So that helps. The third thing, functionality. You're seeing part of that right now. The shelves not only are storage and decorations, but this is a great little backdrop for me to do talking heads, testimonies, devotionals, whatever it may be, quick announcements. This is the perfect, a nice little backdrop for me to be able to do that. Also is a big portion of that is this massive window that's right over here, because it's so easy for me to shoot right here and then at another angle over in front of that window. I don't have to have lights. If I'm doing any kind of social media stories or quick videos that we need to make an announcement about, whatever it may be, I've got a perfect angle right in front of that window that allows a lot of natural light to come in, pop out the card, put it on the computer, and I'm going to work, and it's quick. Again, this space is not only minimalistic in its organization and comfortable, but it's functional for a lot of what I do. I can film here, I can film sitting down, I have chairs, I have the window. There's multiple places for me to get comfortable and functional. And so again, three simple perspectives when I was looking to put this space together: organizational, comfortable, and functional. And I think I hit all the marks. There's a couple things that I still want to do as we accumulate photography and pictures around town or just the family. I want to probably put some more pictures in here. The cable management at my desk is almost there. It's not perfect, but I'm getting close to it as well. There's probably a few more accent things that I want to throw down here, but for the majority of the office, it's great, and I love it. Again, thanks for stopping by and checking out this video. I know it was a little out of the norm, but I wanted to share this with you guys because it's something that I'm excited about, and I want to share the exciting things in life. You may not care, you may not be excited about it, but guess what? I am. And again, I'm bringing you along on this journey. So, hey, thanks for stopping by, and we'll see you on the next one.